A new voice has joined ISSA's leadership team, and she's bringing a fresh vision for what member value can look like. In this conversation, ISSA's new Vice President of Marketing and Communications opened up about what drew her to ISSA, where she sees opportunity to grow, and how she plans to deepen connections across the global cleaning and facility solutions industry. So, it's my pleasure to welcome not only to my program today, but to ISSA as well, Laura Craven. Hello, Laura.
Hi, Jeff. Good to see you again.
Good to see you, and welcome aboard.
Thank you very much.
We have crossed paths many times, other interviews. I know last year we did one about you speaking at ISSA show, and I see you at the show. This year you're going to be there as staff. So it's an exciting time for ISSA and yourself, I'm sure.
It is. I'm really looking forward to this next chapter.
Today's interview is an introduction of you to the industry in that way, from that ISSA perspective. So let's get started. Why don't you introduce yourself and share a little about your background and career in the industry?
30 years in the making. So over the last 30 years, I've really spent most of my time in the distribution world. The last 22 with Imperial Dade, which is now known as Imperial Brady. And in that role, I had an opportunity to start with, back then it was Dade Paper, and grow the Dade Paper brand as that organization grew and expanded from Florida through the Southeast, Mid-Atlantic, and Northeast region. In 2017, we became Imperial Dade, and I was once again given the opportunity to grow the brand and all of the marketing elements for that organization. That also gave me an opportunity to build a team, which has been a fantastic journey. And prior to that role, which was 22 years in the making, I worked in marketing and supply chain management for network services, as well as Hobby Global. In those roles, I had an opportunity to communicate the value proposition of the organization in many ways, whether it was through thought leadership, through customer-facing sales collateral, events, training programs, employee engagement programs, really a wide range of tools in the toolbox to convey what exactly Imperial Dade's value proposition was for the customers, for the supplier partners, for the employees, and the communities in which we operated our businesses. I also had a unique opportunity through my role as a lead AP and a GBAC trained technician to take our solutions and actually put them into practice with a customer and help them improve their sustainability programs, their indoor air quality, their occupant hygiene practices. So I was hands-on in a lot of ways as well, which was really rewarding to work alongside customers in those roles.
Laura, I have to ask this question as well. What about hobbies and having fun besides work? What do you like to do?
I love to cook, and I like to eat what I cook. I enjoy reading, and I have made a commitment to revisit playing the piano. I gave it up for many years, but I'm going to start practicing again and try and bring that music back into my world.
Very nice. Okay, so thank you for the details there. Now, I want to ask this question. Thinking about you were in a good spot. You worked for some important companies, some of the industry's most respected organizations. What was it about ISSA that got your attention? And what excited you the most about becoming Vice President of Marketing and Communications?
My relationship with ISSA dates back 30 years. To the beginning of my career in the facilities solutions arena. I remember my first ISSA show, which I think for a lot of members and even non-members is an important first touch point with ISSA. And I can remember going to that show and being overwhelmed with the breadth of products and solutions that the manufacturers offered, the engagement in the community that the show brought together throughout all of the different member classes, and even the reach beyond North America. So that was my first introduction to ISSA. But over the years, especially in the last decade, I had the opportunity to see that ISSA is much more than the show. There are so many member resources, from credentialing and standards, education, charity, sustainability, advocacy, and that eye-opening experience helped me engage more with the association. And the more I got involved, the more I appreciated all that ISSA does for the members and for the industry at large. The last several years, I've been a board member, which allowed me to really see behind the scenes. And I admired the camaraderie of the staff, the impact that the association has on the industry. And when an opportunity presented itself, I wanted to be part of that and take all those 30 years of experience and use that to serve the entire industry in any way that I could.
Love the details. And I have to say that now that you're a staffer, you can't be president of ISSA, and that was maybe on the radar.
That is a sacrifice I am willing to make.
Very good. And we're glad you did.
I've done a lot of volunteer work over the years with Hygeia, which has been so much fun, and I've met so many people. It's really broadened my personal network, and to now have the opportunity to do this work every day, it's just a wonderful next chapter in my career, and it just feels so right.
Perfect, perfect. Now, you've worked in marketing much of your career, and here you are, you're going to work in marketing at ISSA. What are your thoughts about a role like yours with a trade association? That's a little bit different.
It is. Rather than working on projects that, help salespeople sell products like I did in the distribution industry, now I think it's really to convey the value proposition of ISSA to all the different member classes. But it's more than a list of member benefits, which is actually an extensive list. So marketing's role is to take the ISSA mission and help communicate it to each of the different members. And I think we have 11,000 members, and help them kind of cut through the clutter and find the resources that are best suited for what they need today to help them better their business.
That makes a lot of sense. Now, in line with that thought, I want to dig deeper into that, because you've spent your career working for these different organizations that are ISSA members, and you've experienced the association from that side. What does an exceptional member experience look like to you from that side? Now you're here on this side, and how can you deliver that? You touched on that, but from your perspective as a member, now you're not. Talk about that.
I think a great member experience is easy. It is personalized, it is humanized, and it feels special for each member. So we have so much information to share. I think if we target it, personalize it, and put it in very simple terms, I think that will make the member experience easier and feel more personalized. We have a vast amount of data on our members, so harnessing that data to send more personalized, targeted messages, I think that will be an important part of marketing's role. And really just helping, again, those members not have to drink from the fire hose, but identify a couple resources that they can use and get into. And also, we want to help them feel that they're part of the community. So ISSA is more than a list of member benefits from a trade association. It really is a collection of communities. And ISSA has done a great job, I think, in the last several years, creating new communities that target specific cohorts within the different member classes. And I think marketing can really help support that initiative, where members can learn from other members, or they can take advantage of resources that are really specific not only to their member class, but to where they are in the world, what size organization they are, how mature they are. Are they a new company that's just getting started, or are they a company that's been around for 100 years? All of those unique traits will play into the different benefits that are going to be most useful to them. And marketing's role is to make that as clear and simple and easy to use as possible.
So, Laura, you've talked about current member benefits, and there's a lot of them. I've never counted them, but there's a lot that our members can really embrace. But looking ahead, where do you see the greatest opportunities to strengthen member relationships, increase engagement, and create even greater value for our members?
So I'm going to hone in on three key opportunities. One is activation. The early onset of a member's onboarding, I think, is crucial. Getting a new member plugged in right away, whether it's through connecting them with a member that has been part of the association for a much longer term. So maybe it's almost like a mentoring type of opportunity, and getting them engaged right away. It could even be just in one thing, one committee, one event, one educational opportunity. But I think that early onboarding and activation is critical. I think the next one is personalization, making sure that we are sending that member the most relevant information for their needs at the time. And then the next one is community, getting our new members and all of our members involved in the community of the facility solutions business. And that's what it's all about, relationships. Having a group of people that you can ask questions of and get advice and get recommendations. So I think those three things are the most impactful way to get members engaged, whether they're long-term members or they just became a member yesterday.
Laura, I've heard that many times, that community comment. They want to have that rubbing shoulders and being with the community. So I think that's a great concept to think about. We need more of that all the time, more community for all of our members.
And this is a relationship business. Over the 30 years, if I've asked 10 people or 100 people, why do they love this industry? It always comes back to the community, to the relationships, to the partnerships. This is a hands-on people business, and that's one of the reasons that I love it.
And if you're in the industry, you need to belong to ISSA. That's just the bottom line. Laura, if we have this conversation again 3 years from now, what do you hope members will be saying about ISSA and about the impact your team has made?
I hope 3 years from now, 30 years from now, that our members say ISSA helped my business grow. Whether it was through any of the number of resources or the relationships, that's what we're here for. A trade association should help its members thrive. So boiling it down, I hope that's something that every member says about ISSA. Now, about the marketing team, I hope they say that we made it easier for them to take advantage of all of those resources, and that we have communicated with them, not to them. That we have made it comfortable and rewarding for them to be part of the association. again, bringing that mission to life in a way that members can take advantage of not just a list of benefits, but of actionable resources that, again, help them increase sales, lower expenses, retain their employees, or even on a personal level, get involved with different things like ISSA charities that touch their heart in a way that extends beyond the business of the cleaning world.
And we know members have to start somewhere. So some of those watching this program may be fairly new members. Others might not have taken full advantage of everything ISSA has to offer. What's a first step you would like them to look at to take?
Think about what is keeping you up at night right now. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say I'm pretty positive that there is an ISSA resource to help you address that business challenge. Just pick that one thing. Pick the thing that if you can solve it, that will make everything else easier. And then either connect with someone at ISSA or go to your member portal on the ISSA website and find something that will help you address that one thing, and then get to it right away. And through that, things will start to build on one another. Maybe you download a resource, or maybe you attend an event or sign up for an educational opportunity. Once you get through that, you'll start to see how all of the other aspects of ISSA will start to open doors and crisscross pathways, and it will just be like a snowball and get rolling, and then you'll have the opportunity to build on what you did that first day and hopefully help support you and your business time after time as you get more deeply connected to the association.
Fantastic advice. I like that. What's keeping you up at night? ISSA may be able to help you with that. This is about it. Laura, I'm out of questions, except any final thoughts you'd like to offer or share with our members?
I'm just thrilled to be here. I can't wait to dig in and start working with all of the fantastic, dedicated staff members at ISSA. And I look forward to engaging with all of the different member classes. I know there's 11,000 of you out there, but I hope I have the opportunity to somehow have a touch point with you in the not too distant future. And in November is the show. I'll be there. I hope you will all be there. And I hope I get to shake your hand and meet you in person.